Hello. As you can see, I've just poured myself a glass of milk, and all around me are crates of milk. Milk is a wonderful food, good to drink and very good for us. So let's see where milk comes from, starting down on the farm. Twice a day, every day of the year, in the morning and in the evening, cows have to be milked. The journey that ends with milk bottles on our doorsteps starts here, in the milking parlour. Before he's ready to milk his cows, the farmer has to make sure all his equipment is spotlessly clean. Milk is food, and it must be collected properly. Morning and night, this farmer is able to milk a herd of cows all by himself. That's because he uses machinery to help him. The cows can eat as they're milked. It keeps them contented. Let's watch as the farmer fastens this to the 4 teats on the cow's udder.
So the milk comes out.
The farmer explained to me how the milk is taken from the cow's udder and goes through the pipes and into the glass collecting jars.
6 gallons, and maybe we'll get about 2 in.
When each cow has given all the milk inside her udder, the milk is emptied from each glass container. The milk is warm when it comes out of the cow. It's cooled, ready to be collected by the Milk Marketing Board in one of its tanker lorries. You may have seen one of these milk tankers. They travel the length and breadth of our country, calling in at farms and pumping the milk into the special container on the back of the lorry. When the tanker is full of milk, collected from farms, it makes its way to a dairy. All over the country, milk tankers collect milk from the farms, and then the tankers make for a dairy. And it's at the dairy that we pick up the story of the dairymen. The fully loaded tanker now has to pump out its milk into the storage silos at the dairy. By a series of pipes kept spotlessly clean, the milk is pumped out of the tanker. Pumping begins. Can you see all the pipes? Aren't they shiny and clean?
Well, we've seen how the milk comes from the farm to the tanker, and the tanker brings it all the way to the dairy. And we've come to a big dairy in Leeds, the Associated Dairy, and I'm going to go inside to see what happens to the milk. But because milk is food, I have to wear the proper clothing, so I'll put on my hat and we'll go inside.
Many, many tankers will call at this dairy today, and the milk from each one of them will be pumped along the pipes into immense containers known as silos. Some of them hold 15,000 gallons of milk. Because milk is food, it is pasteurized to make sure no harmful germs or bacteria can make it go sour. When we say milk is pasteurized, we mean that it is heated up so that germs are killed off. Then the milk is cooled down again. Other machines make sure that no impurities of any kind can get into the milk. The big yellow silos each contain 3,000 gallons of cooled, pasteurized milk. Each silo contains enough milk to fill 24,000 milk bottles. The milk is ready to be bottled, but out here are hundreds of crates of dirty bottles. Before milk can be put into these bottles, each bottle must be washed and sterilized and made perfectly clean. The dairy washes and sterilizes all its bottles. Crates full of dirty bottles, the empties we leave on our doorsteps for the milkman to take away, are put onto a conveyor belt to be taken to the washing machine. Let's watch and see how this machine lifts the bottles out of the crates. Some bottles fall over, and a man straightens them, makes them stand tall again. The bottles are washed more than once. They are rinsed, washed with detergent in very hot, steamy water, and then they are rinsed twice again. Here they come, as clean as a new pin, washed and rinsed twice. The clean bottles are ready to be filled with milk. I wonder if you can guess how many bottles can be filled here in 1 hour. Well, 50,000 bottles an hour can be filled at this large dairy. Each bottle is automatically filled and a metal foil cap is securely fitted. Each metal bottle top or cap is cut out from a roll of metal foil. "84,000 gallons of milk pass through this dairy every day. Yes, 84,000 gallons. The bottles are put into the red delivery crates. Now the crates of milk, fresh and ready to drink, have to be taken away from the dairy and delivered to milkmen and milk depots all over the region served by this huge dairy. Forklift trucks make light work of loading up the milk container lorries. As one fully loaded truck drives away to make its deliveries, an empty truck reverses into the loading bay, ready to be filled with thousands of bottles of fresh milk.
Whilst we've been here at the dairy, 400,000 bottles, that's 400,000, have been filled with milk and they've all been taken out onto the streets to be delivered to people's houses. So I'm going to take off my coat and take off my hat and go out and meet a milkman.
Perhaps this is how your milkman arrives with the milk for your house. This milk float serves a suburb of a large city. And milkmen work hard. They have a lot of houses to visit. You rarely see them sitting down or taking a rest on somebody's wall. They know that the sooner they deliver to you, the fresher your milk will be. Do you know how many pints of milk are delivered to your house each day?
Morning.
Good morning.
Can I interrupt you? I've just come from the dairy where I've seen them bottling, what is it, 400,000 bottles of milk? How many are you delivering?
About 800 today.
800 in one day, and that means starting early in the morning?
Yes, about 5:30.
5:30 and working until when?
11 to 12 o'clock.
And it's very nice to have our milk on the doorstep every morning when we wake up. Thank you very much. Let me not interrupt you. Let you get on with your work. Bye.
And away goes the milkman to deliver more milk, while back at the dairy, another 50,000 bottles an hour are being filled, ready for you and me and all of us who drink milk every day of our lives.
So there we've seen how the milk gets onto our doorstep. And I'd like to thank all the staff of Associated Dairies in Leeds for allowing me to pay them a visit. And it's time for me to say goodbye now. I'll enjoy my milk and see you again next week. Goodbye.